Welcome back to this Geo-Surface tutorial, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use the offset lateral tool or offset tool to create parallel drainage runs. And really this tool is designed for tile laterals at a specific fixed spacing so that you can quickly design a system and validate, check whether or not it's going to be functional for you. So what I've done here, just to get started, is I've drawn a main line, and I've also drawn a single lateral connected to it on the at the inlet end. So I've got my lateral selected, and you can tell which one is selected because it's turned green. And what we're going to do here is we're going to be using the offset line tool. So that's this button here in the virtual survey tools. And when you click on that one, it's going to pop up and it's going to ask you for your offset distance. So just to make it easier to see, I'm going to say these are 100-foot spacings. And you can either choose a number of offsets. So if I just chose 5 and then I just hit create offset copies, it'll create 5 exact replicas of my original line and place them every 100 feet, in this case, along my tile run, my main run. Let me just delete those. I'm just using the select to delete tool here. So if you've never used that, just lets you draw a polygon around the runs and then you can easily delete them. Let's just select the lateral again to enable that tool. And we also then, we had by default towards outlet selected. So that means it's going to create the runs the other way. If you ever use this tool and nothing seems to happen, it's probably because you've got the other option selected. In that case, if we tried to create more clones towards the inlet, there wouldn't be enough space because we're already closer than 100 feet to the end of that main. So this is why we need to use towards outlet. So the simplest way again is just to use those default settings. And you can also check the filter end, and what it'll do then is it'll just keep going and going and going until it gets to the end, until it can't place any more, and you'll see an exact clone of your original run all the way to the end of the main. Now the other tool here, which is a really powerful tool in Geo-Surface, is the option to also draw a break line. So let's say we actually want to run parallel laterals here, but we want to follow a pattern, and I'm just randomly drawing just to show you here what I mean about how this tool works. So I've drawn my line, and essentially what you're doing is this is where you want to cut off the new runs. You either want to extend them all the way to here, or you want to cut them shorter depending on the area. And this is where you would draw around. You would use your topography or your satellite imagery to draw around the area that you want to target. We've chosen filter end, so let's just create that one. And you can see now that it's followed my break lines, and my runs have been either elongated or cut off depending on where the break line was. And it also automatically runs the validation on these as well, connects them to the main, and confirms everything. So if you're seeing anything but the green check marks here, then that means that there's some kind of issue detected, either depth violations or connection issues. And again, you'll see over here, now we've got all of those new laterals added to the profile list, and in this case everything is green, so that was really good. And we've managed to design our system here with multiple parallel laterals.